Welcome back with another video on tryhackme.com. This is Zain Nazir and we are doing Windows Fundamentals 3. So I already started my attack box, which I don't think so we will be gonna use, and I already started the uh, target machine as well, as you can see on my right side. So in Windows Fundamental 3 of the Windows Fundamental module, we will learn about the built-in Microsoft tools that helps keep the device secure, such as Windows Update, Windows Security, BitLocker, and more. It should take 30 minutes, but in our experience, it should take around 60 minutes since we do a lot of explanation. So we will be continuing our journey exploring the Windows operating system. To summarize the previous two rooms, in Windows Fundamental 1, we covered the desktop, the file system, the user account control, the control panel settings, and the task manager. The Windows Fundamental 2, we discovered or covered various utilities such as system configuration, computer management, resource monitor. If you haven't watched these videos, please click up here for Fundamentals 1, and after that click over here for Windows Fundamentals 2. Alright, moving on, we already started the machine. Click complete to... oh, we are on streak 1 again. Okay, we are moving on to the task 2, Windows updates. Okay, very important. Let's start things off with Windows Update. Windows Update is a service provided by Microsoft to provide security updates, feature enhancements, patches for Windows operating system and other Microsoft products, such as Microsoft Defender. So, always go with genuine window. Don't go with the Windows you download from the torrent or anywhere else. Since the source is not the official source, that you did not download the Windows from the Microsoft source, that means somebody may have tampered with the image already. So once you install it, maybe you are already part of the botnet or something like that, right? Nothing is free in this world, so always go with the genuine Windows. And there are some sites which offer you OME Windows keys with less prices. Okay, so if you are working from the laptop, you will already have the genuine window because it is part of the cost of the laptop itself. All right, moving on. Since I'm using my desktop monitor, desktop computer, so I'm also using the genuine Windows, and I'm not downloading anything from the torrents or alike website, right? Okay. Updates are typically released on the second Tuesday of each month. This day is called Patch Tuesday. That does not necessarily mean that a critical update patch has to wait for next Patch Tuesday to be released. If the update is urgent, then Microsoft will push the update via Windows Update service to the Windows devices. Refer to the following link to see Microsoft Security Update Guide. Okay, let's see what we have here. Sometimes it is important. Okay. So they already have, like, for Edge. It was there in the November 14, a few days back. Then we have for Azure Database for Postgre, Microsoft SQL Server, whatnot. I mean, they're updating almost every other product, and as you can see, there is a public CVE is also available. Wow, man, this is a lot, don't you think? And even they have the latest Windows Server 2025 as well. Wow. Elevation of privileges. Okay, elevation of privileges. Remote code execution. Wow, on Windows Server core installation. 2016 code, remote code execution. Wow, man, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. All right, moving on. I'm gonna close this one. Okay. Windows Update is located in the settings. See below. Okay, sure. Even you can directly go there. Just search Windows Update. Check for update. Just click on here. and you directly go to the Windows update here. As you can see, sometimes settings are managed by your organization. Check for the update. Let's see, do we have any updates here? You can also see the view update history to see if there is any updates that are already installed here. Okay, let's continue. Windows update is located in the settings, see below. Another way to access Windows update is from the run dialog box or CMD by running the command control then space then /name. We need to reconnect. What happened there? Microsoft Windows update. All right. Okay, so here we go. If we go to home, and then this is the settings. If you come from the control panel way, right? In the attached VM, there are few things to highlight. Windows settings are managed. Typically, home user will not see this type of message. There are no updates available for the virtual machine. The attached virtual machine does not have internet access to communicate with the Microsoft to obtain new updates. Oh, that's why it is taking too much time. All right. Throughout the years, Windows users have grown accustomed to pushing Windows updates off to a later date or not installing the updates at all. Various reasons cause this action. One big fact that a reboot is typically required after a Windows update. That's true. Microsoft notably addressed this issue with Windows 10. The updates are no longer be ignored or pushed to a side until forgotten. Windows updates can only be postponed, but eventually the update will happen and your computer will reboot. Microsoft provides these updates to keep the device safe and secure. Below is an image showing how a restart required looks and the several options available regarding scheduling the restart. Either you can restart right now, or you can go with the other options here available, or you can go with the schedule restart. Default to the Windows Update FAQ, frequently asked questions. For more information, we're gonna skip it. If you want to have a look at it, just click on it and go through the FAQs. There were two definition updates installed in the attached VM. On what date were these updates installed? Sure. These are the definition updates. It was 5/3/21. Wow, very old. What? Did we miss anything? Oh, maybe space? In which format they are asking here? So here are the 5/3/2021 is, yeah. Oh, the copy pasting did include something which should not be there, so I manually typed it and it worked fine. Okay, awesome. Windows security. By Microsoft, the Windows security is your home to manage the tools that protect your device and your data. Why it is reconnecting again and again, I don't know. In case you missed it, the Windows security is also available in the settings. Sure, we'll see that. Here we go. Here is Windows security. Virus and threat protection action is needed. Firewall and network protection, no action is needed. Apps and browser control, no action is needed. Device security, no actions needed. Let's see what we have in virus threats. Oh, last time it was on 21, and the virus and threat protection is off. Obviously, they want to preserve the performance of this system. All right, since this is a temporary virtual machine that we just deployed, and after we are done with our room, we will just destroy it. So in this scenario, it works fine. I mean, if there is any issue, nothing important is there on the machine. It is always, destroyable machine. What you say, the machine which is not important, so we can just ignore all of these settings. But if you are using your home machine or a server in production, so you need to take care of all of these settings, right, to make sure your computer is secure. In the case you missed it, Windows security is also available in settings. We did not miss it. In the above image, focus your attention on the protection areas. Okay. Virus and threat protection, firewall and network protection, app and browser control, device security. Each following task will briefly touch on these areas. Before proceeding, let's provide a quick comment on the status icon. Green means your device is sufficiently protected and there are not any recommended action. Yellow means that there is a safety recommendation for you to view. Red is a warning that something needs your immediate attention. Click on the Windows security. We did that already. Since the attached VM is a Windows Server 2019 edition, it looks different from a Windows 10 Home or Professional edition. So how would we know? WinVar. Okay, we learned this command, I think, in the fundamentals one. So this is Microsoft Windows Server version is this one, 1809. Yeah, Windows Server 2019, and this is the actual build version here. Alright, the below image is from a Windows 10 device. Yeah, this is what Windows 10 device will look like. They have obviously a few more things here. Just account protection, device performance and health, and family options here. Next, we will look at the virus and threat protection. In the above image, which area needs immediate attention? Virus and threat protection. Let's write it up. Virus and threat protection. Awesome. Let's move on to the task 4. Virus and threat protection. Virus and threat protection is divided into 2 parts: current threats, virus and threat protection settings. The image below only focuses on the current threats, which is here. We already explored this one. Current threats. Scan option. Why it is? I need to reconnect it again. Quick scan checks folders in your system where threats are commonly found. Full scan checks all files and running programs on your hard disk. This scan could take longer than 1 hour, depending on the size of your hard disk and also the CPU itself, how good it is. Okay, so for example, a octa-core CPU would scan your files a little bit faster than a quad-core CPU. Custom scan. Choose which files and locations you want to check. Threat history. Last scan. Windows Defender Antivirus automatically scan your devices or device for viruses and other threats to help keep it safe. Quarantine threats. Quarantine threats have been isolated and prevented from running on your device. They will be periodically removed. Allowed threat. Allowed threats are items identified as threat which you allow to run on your device. For example, if there is a false positive or you are doing malware analysis or something like that, you want some threats to be allowed, so this is the setting you will use. Warning. Allow an item to run that has been identified as threat only if you are 100% sure of what you are doing. That is correct. Next, in virus and threat protection setting, which is here. Virus and threat protection, they want us to make it on. Other than that, everything is looking good. Virus and threat protection setting. Many setting real-time protection. Okay, let's make it on and let's see what we have here. All right. So this is the real-time protection which is off. Locate and stop malware from installing or running on your device. And that even some power of the CPU will be used once you enable it. And we recommend you to enable it always. Cloud delivered protection. provides increased and faster protection with access to the latest protection data in the cloud. Where it is exactly? Maybe in here. Yeah, in here, as you can see here. You may have seen this as a network based protection, where if you're part of the network, for example, if you are using any antivirus product, which will ask you to, if you want to be a part of the network, where you will share the insights and the data that you capture, or the threats that you capture on your device to the network. So network can also use the same definitions to capture the threats on their systems as well. So a lot of service provider, antivirus service provider, are using it now. So this is what Microsoft ship under cloud delivered protection brand name or service name. Automatic sample submission. Send sample files to Microsoft to help protect you and others from the potential threats. Yeah, this is needs to be enabled if you want to help others to use the cloud delivered protection. Control folder access. Protect files, folder, and memory areas on your device from unauthorized changes by unfriendly applications. Exclusions. Window Defender antivirus won't scan items that you have excluded, for example, some folder or something. Notifications. Windows Defender antivirus will send a notification with critical information about the health and security of your device. Warning. Excluded item could contain threats that make your device vulnerable. Only use this option if you are 100% sure of what you are doing. Alright. Virus and threat protection updates. Check for updates. Manually check for the updates to update Windows Defender antivirus definition. Ransomware protection. Controlled folder access. Ransomware protection requires this feature to be enabled, which in turn require real-time protection to be enabled. Okay. Real-time protection is turned off in the attached VM to decrease the chances of performance issues. Since the VM can't reach the internet and there are not any threats in the VM, this is safe to do. Real-time protection should definitely be enabled in your personal Windows devices unless you have a third-party product that provides the same protection. Ensure it's always up to date and enabled. You can perform on-demand scans on any files and folder by right-clicking the item and selecting Scan with the Microsoft Defender. The below image was taken from another Windows device to show this feature. Okay, as you can see here. Specifically, what is turned off that Windows is notifying you to turn on? Real-time protection. Alright, let's move on to task 5. Firewall and network protection. What is firewall? For Microsoft, the traffic flows into and out of the devices via what we call ports. A firewall is what controls what is and, more importantly, is not allowed to pass through those ports. You can think of it like a security guard standing at the door checking the ID of everything that tries to enter or exit. The below image will reflect what you will see when you navigate to the firewall and network. Let's go there. Okay, let's close it. Firewall and network. Domain network, private network, and public. All of them are green. Awesome. Each network may have different status icons for you. What is the difference between the 3: domain, private, and public? For Microsoft Windows, Firewall offers 3 firewall profiles: domain, private, and public. The domain profile applies to networks where the host system can authenticate to a domain controller. The private profile is a user assigned profile and is used to designate private or home networks. Public. The default profile is the public profile, used to designate public networks such as Wi-Fi hotspot at coffee shops, airports, and other locations. If you click on any firewall profile, another screen will appear, and with the 2 options, turn on and off, block all incoming. So let's go with the private. Here we go. Warning, unless you are 100% sure confident that what you are doing, it is recommended that you leave your Windows Defender firewall enabled. Okay, not gonna change anything here. Allow an app through firewall. You can view what current settings are for a firewall profile or in the above image. Several apps have access in the private and public firewall profile. Some of the apps will provide additional information if it's available via the details button. So how can we see that here? So once I click that, as you can see, all Joy router have private access. The private one, Captic Butterflow have private and public both, Cortana and many others. Okay, so we can click on the detail to see detail if it is available. Oh yes, detail is available for this. The feature enables the streaming of music, videos and pictures to DLNA, digital media rendered devices. Alright, advanced settings. Configure the Windows Defender firewall is for advanced Windows user. Refer to the following Microsoft documentation on best practices here. You go ahead and click and see. We're gonna leave it as it is. Alright. Command to open the Windows Defender firewall is wf.msc. If you are connected to the airport Wi-Fi, what most likely will be the active firewall profile? Airport, so it should be public profile, right? Public network. Awesome. Okay. Moving on to the task 6. We are just 21 minutes into the video. Apps and browser control. In this section, we can change the settings for the Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. For Microsoft, the Microsoft Defender Smart Screen protects against phishing or malware websites and applications, and the downloading of the potentially malicious files. Refer to the official Microsoft document for more information on the Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. As you can see here, let's go back and see here what we have here. Check apps and files. We have exploit, protection, and many more. All right. Check apps and files. Windows Defender Smart Screen helps protect your device by checking for unrecognized apps and files from the web. Okay. Where is it? This option exactly. Change privacy. Do we have it here? Security. So should come here somewhere. Okay. Exploit protection. Exploit protection is built into Windows 10 and in our case Windows Server 2019 to help protect your device against attacks. So these are the settings which are already on. By default, some of them are off. We have on, and force randomization for images, which is off. Alright. Warning, unless you are 100% confident in what you are doing, it is recommended that you leave the default settings. Sure, we did it already. Moving on to the device security. Device security. Even though you will probably never change any of these settings for completion's sake, it will be covered briefly. Device security, core isolation, and it is visualization based security is running to protect the core parts of your device. Awesome. Core isolation, memory integrity prevents attacks from inserting malicious code into the high security processes, like game cheat or something like that, game cheat engine or something like that. Warning, unless you are 100% confident in what you are doing, it is recommended that you leave the default settings. Below images are from another machine to show another security feature that should be available in a personal. Windows 10 device, security processor, uh, TPM, as you can see, the trusted platform module. It is there, I think, in Windows 10, but if you want to use Windows 11, you should have TPM 2.0 in order to move forward. If you don't have TPM 2.0 in your system, you can purchase a USB device which will allow you to have TPM as a hardware, okay, available, and then you can install Windows 11. Don't install anything which is not compatible with your current hardware, otherwise you will have some issues. Below are the security processor details, enter IMT and then the manufacturer and the version number and all these things. Attestation is ready, storage is ready. What is the trusted platform module? TPM. Per Microsoft, trusted platform module technology is designed to provide hardware-based security-related functions. A TPM chip is a secure crypto processor that is designed to carry out cryptographic operations. The chip includes multiple physical security mechanisms to make it tamper-resistant, and malicious software is unable to tamper with the security function of the TPM. What is the TPM? It is trusted platform module. Awesome. BitLocker. What is BitLocker? For Microsoft, BitLocker drive encryption is a data protection feature that integrates with the operating system and addresses the threats of data theft or exposure from lost, stolen, or inappropriately decommissioned computer. On devices with TPM installed, the BitLocker offers the best protection. For Microsoft, BitLocker provides the most protection when used with the trusted platform module, TPM version 1.2. Yeah, it is 1.2, not I think 2.0. I think 1.2 or 2.0. I don't remember that. Just confirm it. The TPM is a hardware component installed in many newer computers by the computer manufacturer. It works with BitLocker to help protect user data and to ensure that a computer has not been tampered with while the system was offline. And also, I think your Windows keys are stored somewhere in the BIOS. I'm not sure if it is the TPM is related to that or not, but it makes it harder for somebody to hijack or read your keys using a USB to boot up a system and then try to steal your keys. Refer to the official Microsoft documentation to learn more about BitLocker here. The BitLocker feature is not included in the attached window. Yeah, VM. We know that. What must a user insert on a computer that do not have a TPM version 1.2 or later? What TPM hardware component installed in many. Okay, BitLocker provides the protection. TPM is hardware component installed in many newer computer by the. Okay, it works with the BitLocker. So, okay. Do not have. Let's see. This is the BitLocker system requirement. Let's search for not. Yeah, so TPM 2.0 supported in legacy and computer. Okay. Note must not be encrypted. Note. There must be partition and have two drives. The operating system driver. Okay, system drives contain the files required to decrypt. Okay, for BitLocker to work, the drive must not be encrypted. But what must a user insert on a computer that do not have TPM version 1.2 or later? Refer to the Microsoft documentation or okay. Let's go with insert then. Okay. In addition to TPM, BitLocker can lock the normal startup process until the user specifies a personal identification number, PIN, or inserts a removable device contain the startup key. So what we are looking for? Startup key. A startup key. The security measures provide multi-factor authentication and assurance that the device can't start or resume from hibernation until the correct PIN or startup key is present. On devices that do not have a TPM, BitLocker can still be used to encrypt the operating system. This implementation requires the user to either use a startup key or use a password, which is a file stored on a removable device that is used to start the device. Okay. Use a password. This option isn't secure since. Okay, so the insert part is here, right? Or when resuming. So it's a startup key, right? What must a user insert on a computer that do not have a TPM on? We are looking for three characters, then space, and then startup key. I know. Let's go with the startup key. Okay, we are missing something. We have only one insert here. Personal identification number cannot be the same. Inserts a removable device that contains a startup key. Inserts a removable device. The security measures provide the multi-factor authentication assure that the device cannot start or resume the hibernation until the correct PIN or startup key is present. Use a startup key. Use startup key. Refer to the Microsoft documentation in BitLocker. We did that. What must user insert on a computer that does not have user? Use a password. Insert is only this one. What about the? Let's go with 1.2. Okay. Must have or letter. For BitLocker to use the Windows integrity check provided by a TPM, the device must have TPM 1.2 or later version. If the device does not have a TPM, saving a startup key on a removable device is mandatory when enabling BitLocker. Saving a startup key. Okay. Because the TPM must also have a trusted computing group (TCG) compliant BIOS or UEFI firmware. The BIOS and UEFI establish a chain of trust for the pre-boot startup and must include support for the specific static root of trust by using a computer without a TPM does not require TCG compliant. The system BIOS or UEFI for TPM non-dependent must support the USB mass storage device class and reading files on a USB drive in the pre-boot environment. TPM 2.0 is not supporting legacy and compatibility support modules CSM. Modes of the BIOS devices with the 2.0 must have their BIOS mode configured as native UEFI only. The legacy and CSM option must be disabled for added security, enabling the secure boot feature. Installing the operating system on the hardware in legacy mode stop the OS from booting when the BIOS mode is changed to UEFI. Okay. But what is we are looking for, guys? Device encryption. We don't have anything else here. We only have few things. Startup key on a removable device. Okay, so I'm not sure what I need to put here. Maybe let's check online. We can see. We are looking for. I'm searching online. This is the task 8. USB startup key. So where we read the USB startup key. If the device does not have saving a startup key on a removable device. Okay. So USB startup key. This is the correct answer. Okay. So USB startup key itself, the word itself is not there, but there is a removable device. But yeah. So finally we found it, but I took the help from one of the article online. Okay, moving on, since we just have 2 more tasks to go. Okay, volume shadow copy service. Per Microsoft, the volume shadow copy service VSS coordinates the required actions to create a consistent shadow copy, also known as a snapshot or a point in time copy of the data is to be backed up. Volume shadow copies are stored on the system volume information folder on each drive that has protection enabled. If the VSS is enabled, system protection turned on, you can perform the following tasks from within advanced system settings. Create a restore point, perform system restore, configure restore settings, delete restore point. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's see. So we go with the File Explorer, PC, and configure shadow copies. Here we can do. So both of them are disabled. From a security perspective, malware writers know of this Windows feature and write code in their malware to look for these files and delete them. Doing so makes it impossible to recover from a ransomware attack unless you have an offline off-site backup. So in terms of backup, you should have backup on 2 different medium, but you should have 3 backups on 2 different mediums. So for example, you can have backup on your PC, you can backup on a network device, and you can have backup on a CD, DVD, or any of the removable device. So you should have at least 3 backups on 2 different mediums, okay, in order to be secure. And 2 different medium could be online, and one of them should be offline, okay, so to protect you from the ransomware attack. If you wish to configure shadow copies within the attached VM, see below. Sure, we have done so. We have 1 share here and it is disabled. Bonus, if you wish to interact hands-on with VSS, I suggest exploring day 23rd of Advent of Cyber 2. Wow, yeah, covered it already. By the way, Advent of Cyber 4 is coming and I will be doing it every day. Okay, so be sure to check it out on my channel. What is VSS? I will just copy paste and we are good to go. Volume shadow copy service. There we go. I did copy it, right? What? copy and again copy. Yes, submit, and we are good to go. This is conclusion. In this room, we covered several built-in Windows security tools that ship with the Windows OS to help keep the device protected. There is still so much to explain and cover regarding the Windows OS as mentioned in the Windows Fundamentals 1 room. The content is aimed at those who wish to understand and use the Windows OS on a more comfortable level. To learn more about the Windows OS, you will need to continue the journey on your own. Further reading material is given here. All of them are outside links. Attackers use built-in Windows tool and utilities in an attempt to go undetected within the victim's environment. This tactic is known as living off the land, okay, referring to the following resource, which is github.io link. To learn more about this, we're gonna just read the above and complete. Okay, congratulations, you have completed another room. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Once we come back, we're gonna start the Active Directory bases tomorrow. And if you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Help us build the community, share with others so they can help us build the community. We are very few right now on the subscription part. Many of you just watch and don't subscribe and just go away, which is not encouraging, but if you can subscribe, that would be appreciated. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any comments, please put it in the comment section below, and I promise I will go through all the comments and reply you personally. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.